Well, folks, it's 2025. And if you thought artificial intelligence was just about your phone suggesting weird cat videos, oh boy, have I got news for you. AI isn't just knocking on the door of the workplace anymore. It's kicked the door down, changed the locks, and is currently redecorating the break room. We're seeing a seismic shift, a real workforce revolution happening right now under our very noses. The future of work isn't some far-off sci-fi dream. It's here, and it's asking why you're still using that many paper clips. This transformation is happening at a speed that makes a cheetah look like it's stuck in molasses, fundamentally altering how businesses operate and what it means to even a job. The pace is frankly terrifyingly fast. Just a few years ago, we were marveling at AI that could beat someone at chess. Cute, right? Now, these digital brainiacs are eyeing up tasks that until very recently we thought were uniquely human, uniquely white-collar. Remember when your parents told you to get a good office job because it was safe? Well, about that. It turns out that processing information, making decisions, and even being creative aren't exclusively human tricks anymore. AI is learning, adapting, and in many cases outperforming humans in roles that require significant cognitive effort. And it's doing it without needing a coffee break or complaining about Brenda from accounts. This isn't just about automating repetitive factory work anymore. This is about tasks that require thought, analysis, and judgment. The kind of work that fills up those big, shiny office buildings in every major city around the globe. AI systems are now capable of drafting legal documents, writing complex code, analyzing market trends, and even assisting in medical diagnoses with alarming accuracy and efficiency. The sheer volume of data they can process and the speed at which they can do it dwarf human capabilities. So, while you're still on your first coffee, an AI could have already analyzed the entire stock market, written 3 reports, and probably designed a better coffee machine. The implications are, to put it mildly, massive. We're not just talking about a few jobs here and there being tweaked. We are on the cusp of a redefinition of entire professions. Think about it. If an AI can perform the core functions of a role faster, cheaper, and potentially with fewer errors, what does that mean for the human who currently holds that job? It means your comfy office chair might be feeling a little less comfy and a lot more like an ejection seat. The ground is shifting beneath our feet, and many of us haven't even noticed the tremors yet, too busy trying to remember our 15th password of the day. Let's get specific, because AI is coming for your job sounds a bit like a B-movie tagline, but the threat is very, very real. Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, a company that, ironically, these super smart AIs, has sounded the alarm. He's not talking about some distant future. He's warned that AI could gobble up as much as 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs within the next 5 years. Given that it's already mid-2025, that means the clock is very much ticking loudly. We're not talking about a gentle transition, we're talking about a potential tsunami of job displacement hitting the shores of the corporate world, and the lifeguards seem to be on an extended lunch break. So which pinstripe professionals should be sweating the most? Well, if your job involves staring at documents for hours, you might want to sit down or perhaps stand up and start learning a new skill. AI is now astonishingly good at document summarization and analysis. It can sift through mountains of reports, legal texts, and financial statements in minutes, tasks that would take human analysts days or even weeks. Think about paralegals, junior analysts, and anyone whose main role is to find the needle in the data haystack. AI is becoming that needle-finding magnet, and it doesn't even need good lighting. And then there's coding. For years, we've been told that learning to code is the golden ticket to a secure future. Well, plot twist, AI is now writing and debugging code with increasing proficiency. Mark Zuckerberg himself, a man who knows a thing or two about code, has predicted that mid-level coders might soon find themselves redundant. AI can generate code for websites, apps, and software, often faster and with fewer bugs than its human counterparts. This is particularly concerning for entry-level and even some mid-level software development roles. The very tools created by coders are now threatening to make their creators obsolete. Oh, the irony, it burns. But it doesn't stop there. Decision-making, a cornerstone of many white-collar jobs, is also falling into AI's capable digital hands. AI systems can analyze vast data sets, identify patterns, and make informed recommendations or even autonomous decisions in areas like financial trading, supply chain management, and marketing strategy. This reduces the need for human intervention in complex decision-making processes, impacting roles from middle management to specialist consultants. If your job is to look at the numbers and decide, an AI might soon be looking at your performance review and deciding surplus to requirements. It's a brave new world, and it's got an algorithm for everything. So what happens when a significant chunk of the workforce, particularly in these once stable white-collar sectors, suddenly finds itself, well, unneeded? The economic implications are, to put it mildly, staggering. Experts like Amadei are not just throwing out scary numbers for fun, they're projecting potential US unemployment rates soaring to 10%, perhaps even 20% by 2030. We're in 2025, and if you look closely, you can already see the tide starting to rise. This isn't just about a few people needing to find new jobs, it's about a fundamental shock to the economic system. A system built on the premise of widespread human employment. The displacement isn't just hitting the bottom rungs of the ladder either. While entry-level positions are certainly vulnerable, as AI takes over routine data processing and analysis, mid-level roles are increasingly in the crosshairs too. Think about project managers whose primary task is coordinating information, or analysts whose job is to interpret data and write reports. As AI systems become more sophisticated, they can handle more complex tasks, encroaching on responsibilities that were once the domain of experienced professionals. This hollowing out of the workforce, affecting both new entrants and established employees, could create a deeply fractured labor market with severe consequences for social stability and consumer demand. And let's talk about awareness, or rather the alarming lack of it. Many people are still blissfully unaware of how rapidly AI is advancing and the direct threat it poses to their livelihoods. It's like a silent movie where the villain is tying someone to the train tracks and the audience is trying to scream, but the characters can't hear them. The US government itself has been relatively quiet on these impending job risks, perhaps hoping it'll all just magically sort itself out. Spoiler, it won't. Without widespread public awareness and proactive government intervention, we're essentially sleepwalking into a crisis that could dwarf previous economic downturns. The economic impact extends far beyond individual job losses. Widespread unemployment means less consumer spending, which means businesses suffer, which means more job losses, a delightful downward spiral. It also means a reduced tax base, putting immense pressure on social safety nets at the very moment they're needed most. Some, like Dario Amodei, have even floated ideas like a token tax on AI company revenues to fund redistribution programs. This might sound radical, but when you're facing the prospect of trillions of dollars in economic value being generated by machines while millions of humans are jobless, radical solutions might just be what the doctor ordered, or what the AI prescribed, more likely. All right, so the robots are coming, they want your spreadsheets, and the economic forecast looks a bit like a scene from a disaster movie. What's a hard-working, soon-to-be outmoded human to do? Well, sticking your head in the sand and hoping it all blows over is, historically speaking, a terrible strategy. Ask any dodo. The first and most crucial step is to acknowledge the reality of the situation. AI is here, it's transformative, and pretending otherwise is simply not an option. Individuals need to take a long, hard look at their current skills and ask themselves, could an algorithm do this better, faster, or cheaper? If the answer is yes, or even maybe, it's time to adapt. Upskilling and lifelong learning are no longer just buzzwords for HR departments, they are essential survival tools in the age of AI. This means focusing on developing skills that complement AI rather than compete with it. Think critical thinking, complex problem-solving, creativity, emotional intelligence, and interpersonal communication. The squishy human stuff that robots, at least for now, find rather baffling. As recruiter Heather Daucher notes, AI is absorbing the lowest skill tasks, so the pressure is on us to level up faster than ever before. This might involve formal education, online courses, vocational training, or simply a commitment to continuous self-improvement. Your brain is your best asset, keep it upgraded. Organizations and governments also have a massive role to play, and frankly, they need to get their acts together pronto. Companies can't just slash jobs and expect society to absorb the fallout. They need to invest in retraining and upskilling their existing workforce, helping employees transition to new roles that work alongside AI. Governments must step up with robust policies to support workers during this transition. This includes funding for education and retraining programs, modernizing social safety nets, and fostering public dialogue about the future of work. We need proactive measures and the right policies to steer AI's impact beneficially, as Amadei emphasizes. Ignoring the problem will only make the inevitable disruption more painful. Ultimately, the key to navigating this new landscape is information and adaptability. Stay informed about AI advancements and their potential impact on your industry and role. Be open to change, willing to learn new things, and prepared to explore innovative job opportunities that may not even exist yet. The future might seem uncertain, but it's also filled with potential for those who are prepared to embrace it. As venture capitalist Kai-Fu Lee has highlighted, the threat is significant, but so is the opportunity for new kinds of human-AI collaboration. So don't be a digital dinosaur. Evolve, adapt, and maybe, just maybe, you'll make it through the AI job-apocalypse with your career and your sanity intact.